Pat Garvey Tribute 101.
All right, so.
You have 101 tributes already?
Yes, we do.
You guys are pretty good.
I felt very nervous today about coming over and sitting and chatting a little bit, but once they put me on the bar stool, I felt real comfortable.
I go back far enough to the first Cinco de Mayo golf tournament.
The first annual Cinco de Mayo almost became the last annual Cinco de Mayo.
Only problem was there's 2 tournaments scheduled at the same time.
And we were last, and we were trying to keep the players from leaving.
The grape growers didn't get off until about 1 o'clock. They got there about 8 o'clock, so you can imagine what kind of shape they're in, the golfers, when they started at 1 o'clock.
Pat Garvey? Is it the same Pat Garvey that I've been hearing about?
Let me just tell you one little story about Pat when he got the phone call telling him that he'd been awarded Grape Grower of the Year. He didn't tell anybody. In fact, when he finally got a hold of me, he says, I don't know quite what to do about this because I really think my brother Paul deserves this, and I don't know how I can, tell him without him feeling bad about it. And I said, Pat, who do you think nominated you for this?
Sporting events got to be pretty competitive at our house. Outside the house, Pat was not only our big brother, but also our biggest cheerleader. It wasn't unusual having Pat patrolling the sidelines on the field during many of our high school football games. If I missed a tackle, it wasn't the coaches I feared, but his knowing that I didn't want to disappoint my older brother.
I always give Pat a bad time about promoting the vineyards when we really ought to be promoting the winery.
My dad has been an incredible role model throughout my life. His work ethic is second to none. He gets up at 5:15 every morning. He goes to bed late at night, and he's just he's got a wonderful brand of humor. His character is exquisite. I've only even heard him cuss maybe 5 times, and all those were at 49er games, so I'm not even sure if it counts.
Lust for life, that is the only way I can describe my dad. He's got just endless energy all the time. He's ready to go. You want to go to a ball game? Let's hop in the truck, we'll head down there, scalp some tickets. I mean, this is a man that drove across country on a motorcycle, living off of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
As we look back on the things that he's accomplished here in the Valley, I think you'd be surprised at the things that he had a hand in. One thing is that he was the first to do night harvesting in the Napa Valley. And I was just looking at a newspaper article that was in the Wine Spectator. It goes back to 1985, and it showed a picture of his first contraption that he made, and it cost him all of $100 to put together.
A couple years back, I walked into his office, and in his hands, he had a large glass vase full of marbles. As I was watching him, he took out a marble and he put it in a small glass jar. He then explained that each marble represents 1 week of his life. He also said that time and life are precious, and that you don't want to waste even 1 minute of it. Well, I want my brother around for a long, long time, so about every other week, I walk into the office, I grab a marble, and I put it back in his vase.
Now, after about 34 years, I figured out the secret. And the secret is enjoying the moments throughout the day that most people just drive right past. I was in junior high, my brother's probably in elementary school, and we get down to the end of Whitehall Lane right at Highway 29. And it had been raining for probably 4 or 5 nights, and all of a sudden there's this break in the storm, and this huge rainbow comes out, and it's crossing the valley. So my dad looks back at my brother and I, and he goes, let's go find the end of that rainbow. And so my brother and I are both going, what the hell? We're already late for school. I'm probably gonna have to stay after school now. So we get, head north on 29, cut across on Zinfandel Lane, get over to Silverado Trail. And now we're going up Silverado Trail and we're hunting this, end of the rainbow, and we find it about 15 minutes later. And, at the time, we're kind of just, punk kids, and you're going, what the hell are we doing? And you look back at that moment and you go, that's kind of what it's all about. The moments that most of us probably drive right past, but my dad finds that time.
When most people sit back and let life happen, Pat makes it happen. Where most people sit back and wait for changes, Pat's the one out in front making those changes. So congratulations, Patty. We've all been blessed having you in our lives. You constantly make this valley and the people in it a better place to be and a better place to live. I love you, bro.
I very seldom use the word love because I think it's overused. But if any word describes how I feel about Pat and his wife and the family that I've met is love.
One of his strongest things, where some of us are a little weaker, the community relationship part of his life has just been marvelous, and he really deserves this award.
I'm very fortunate to call him my friend, and the migrant farm workers are very fortunate to have him as a friend, and it couldn't have happened to a better person. Congratulations, Pat Garvey. Very well deserved.
Dad, you really deserve this. Congratulations. I love you.
Congratulations, Pat. We're very proud of you. Look forward to doing this more often.
Well, Pat, congratulations. I couldn't be more proud of you. You're a joy to live with. You're a joy to be married with. And the grapes love you too.
And when we grow up, or when we were growing up, and I guess dads will pass down things to their sons, maybe a love of working with wood or working on cars or whatever it may be. And what our dad taught us, one was hard work, which I'm still working on. The other one was how to play the game of baseball and turn a double play and turn it smooth. And he taught us that. And the other was, how a family should love one another. And that's pretty much all you need, I think.